Hello everyone, and what is going on? Hyperion-Blue-GT here. Let's get ready to go for today's lap time challenge on Gran Turismo 7. I know this is going to be a very hard time about Ken Block who have been passed away this year in 2023. I know this is going to be very heartbroken and very devastated ever since we've been participating from round 2 in the first season in the 2022 Gran Turismo World Series Manufacturers Cup. But anyway, because I just really might need to have my mind to go clear up, so I could probably have to go in to participate to be at the Nurburgring, Nordschleife by using the Honda NSX Type R 2002. So I hope this is going to be quite very good to have a gold record objective to go in 6 minutes, 54.411 seconds to go up to have 2 million credits. But there is also to have one other thing to have a recap ever since we've been participate at Michelin Raceway Road Atlanta for the Red Bull X 2019 competition or 25th anniversary edition, as I can probably have to put up to be using as a replay for a substitute. But I know it is going to be very long time to do some delays for every 2 weeks. So let's have a good look for the details. So regulation is about to be having some sports soft compound tires only, 345 horsepower or less, at least to be at 2,315 pounds. Aspiration will be said to be on naturally aspirated. Nitrous will be prohibited. We'll have to do the FIP regulation to go entered. All kinds of BOP regulation will be allowed to use on the car settings, and be on the lookout for any shortcut penalty will be said to be on light. We'll have to be much more careful to go faster and take 1 lap around in the green hell. So better get ready folks. I just probably might need to have my mind up after having a most emotional moment to see how one racer who have been passed away. As always, if you're new to my YouTube channel, go click the subscribe button, then leave a like and comment at the section down below. Check out the links on the description if you want to see more. Don't forget to click the bell for notifications on upcoming content videos in the later future. Now it is time to get ready to go for today's lap time challenge. Let's begin. I know how I feel emotionally sad about what I just said from the last video. Mostly, the rest of you guys have been feeling the same exact emotional moment since Ken Block has been passed away. But we'll have to make sure to remember him that he is a very true rally racing star legend and an icon to be as the original hooligan. But I know how it is because this is definitely the most hardest moment of this year in 2023 that we just lost a very good excellent man who has actually driven all kinds of different Ford vehicles until switching into Audi. But anyway, because the ranking registration will end in about an hour, 57 minutes, until it will have to be closed over before moving on to take the next lap time challenge. So I have to keep that in mind. 6 minutes, 54 seconds with a decimal of .411 is going to have to be much more challenging to have some different settings. We'll have to be well encased to have all kinds of different parts will be installed when using the NSX Type R 2002. Before we go, make sure have all kinds of tuning parts will be installed on the 2002 Honda NSX Type R with fully customized suspension, LSD to be fully customized, transmission to be on racing, along with performance adjustments with ballast, power restrictor, positioning, ECU, downforce will be set to be on level 200 on the front and level 275 to be on the rear, along with some other kinds of parts except supercharger, intake, exhaust, brakes, engine tuning like stroke up, engine balance tuning, and polish ports, along with 3 stages including the increased body rigidity. Alright folks, time for me to keep my mind up, focus on the Nurburgring by driving the Honda NSX Type R. We'll be rolling in to take the final turn before the first lap will begin as a warm-up. I just recently took 7 minutes, 11.973 seconds in the bronze, but hopefully if I could probably have to get to gold or silver, that's very good. But the bronze, less earnings to go by 250,000 credits before this part of the lap time challenge will be over soon. So I have to drive carefully because all kinds of different strategy for this Honda NSX as an updated version from the 1990s. Turns out to have a very good second version to have a headlights will be included to see how it looks. Alright, looks like all that improvement is going to be quite come in handy. But it takes a good horsepower by the limitation according to the regulations. So let's going up onto the hill. Moving forward to be in the next sector. Slow and steady and stay in the main balance. Focusing on the track will have to keep my mind off because all that kind of emotional moment from yesterday just turns out to becoming much more sad thoughts. But that's how it is because many car fans and mostly professional racers are really much more worried about Ken Block. But I know it is. It is very much more heartbroken that will lead into a terrible depression. The recipe of total sadness comes in to have a sad moment to have one famous racing style icon just passed away. Gonna have to slow in. Keep a good RPM to stay on top. The transmission sure might have to help me out something. Alright, very good turn. But it will have to take forever for this part of the hour-long segment because time is in the essence for this part of the lap time challenge for this one tough race at the Nurburgring. Gonna have to drive carefully and go exercise caution. Okay, there goes the next turn. Oh, and by the way, folks, inside the interior view for the 2002 Honda NSX Type R, it also has different features to be labeled as a second version from the first generation NSX was actually to be made in 1989. But it was a very good retro sports car to be well made from Japan, to be used onto the right-hand steering wheel to be parked onto the interior view. But it is also to be used as a Japanese model before being sold in America as the Acura NSX to be used on the left-hand side steering wheel. But it looks so very beautiful and fantastic to see how the second version that compared to the first version from the 90s, and this one is now perfectly to have this first generation version to be entered in the 21st century. Updated performance, different features, and different customization to be well used to be driving on some custom parts to be well used from the GT Auto. But especially the roll bar cage on Type C, colored in white, sure does to be well put up to have a tuner car to be driving onto the track. But compared to the Type R version from 1992, but this car was also to be made 10 years later until the year 2002 came out to have this second version, was actually to becoming a headlight version to the NSX before the second generation version has now also to be released in 2017. Well, of course it is because slightly confusion about two different versions and generation to the NSX was actually to be well made for the past and present all how differences for this part of the car collection after clearing menu book number 39 to take part in the GT World Series Championship event. But very good, excellent car for all Honda fans out there, folks. But this one is going to be the very good best place to be here to be take on in the Nurburgring. Now go for the right turn. Keep it up and go. I hope the handling sure will give me something more improvement. Good recovery call. Now go for the right turn. by the next corner. Go for the hood cam. Next sector on the way. Gonna have to go by the count because this track will have to take 12 sectors for only one lap to be well reached up to have the main goal objective by under 7 minutes. Here comes the sand trap. Gonna have to slow down and stay on the main balance. Watch out for the penalty because the penalty line will be coming out towards the first entrance of the straightaway. So let's stop at the next turn. Going in. Land on the apex. Only 1 minute left because it'll have to be ended up onto the bronze position to be on the medal league. Very good turn. Just go naturally aspirated for the NSX. No turbocharge allowed. That's how the regulation works properly in general for this part of the lap time challenge. Here comes sector 11. The countdown to 7 minutes will begin to race around. Go for the long straight. 10 seconds left. That's how you should end up originally to be in the bronze zone until it'll have to go harder to be in the silver or gold, depends on which position when you're at. And that's how, ladies and gentlemen, the bronze position is where you can end up here. Time to go faster. Moving on into lap number 2. Let's begin the progress and see how the tight turns will go. Very good turn. It's a brake zone. Go hard right and go quick left. Gap distance slow down quickly to be possible. Okay, very splendid work. Keep dropping in. Gap distance slow down automatically to be having some call in. Looks like my previous lap time is about to gang up to its separation, but it'll have to be much more careful to avoid any obstacles whenever I can. Okay, coming in, moving on in sector 4. Gonna have to keep on racing, stay clean on this corner, you guys. You'll have to be more patient and keep up the good practice to go for improvement. Alright, here comes the next turn. Gonna have to drive carefully, slow down, and there goes. That calls for only 0.2 seconds amount. I know how it is because one NSX Type R 2002 at the Nurburgring sure might have to do something else to go advance and make it more decent to go for the gold position. Why am I gonna have to keep my mind up to have myself for doing a sensory time for the lap time challenge to be part of it? After all, this time trial challenge will be my only chance to see how this race will have to go for only one car in a sensory time session for me. 2.4 seconds. Now I'm on the curb straightaway in lap number 2. There we go. 3 seconds now going increase. I bet it does. More practice, more improvement, and time is the essence. Okay, close call. Now I'm gonna have to go for the brake zone. Turn right. How am I doing, you guys? I'm still working on it to get my mind off. Okay, go early brake. Inside that turn. Here it comes. You're gonna have to do it right, carefully, slow and steady. Very good call. Now, right turn incoming before take the left. Alright, here comes the straightaway, and then the deadline begins in about 1 hour left. 59 minutes until the ranking registration ends, folks. This is going to be my first time ever to do this. It's about to go hard and be very quick at this time. Going much more far forward to be on the final sector. Here goes nothing. Come on. Here comes lap number 3, folks. Just gonna have to go again for another round. Update record, 7 minutes, 10.679 seconds. I really bet it does. It'll have to take me and go to the silver position, or go, if I could probably have to go climb up to go by under 7 minutes. So let's go hard and step it up to have the countdown. We'll go on the way. There goes that late braking position to go off the track. Alright, let's go exit out and update my best time. Somehow, it is very much more necessarily to be more difficult. However, it should be quite giving some more decent advantages to see how every part of the turn around in the Nurburgring. But a new day enters in January 5th. 4-star roulette ticket has now available for only a single day earlier to be arrived as well. Now let's have a good check to have 11 sectors in lap number 2, except one because 10 of them has now marked on the green, and there's also to have one of them to be in the first lap. Well, I guess it is because total time by 7 minutes, 10.679 seconds will be my best time in the first session. So let's have a good check review for the update to be on my ranking. Bronze position. Save a replay in case for only 2 times amount. So I hope I could probably have to go again, but this time Ghost Assistant and no commentary for having the second part after the first one will become clear. I know how it is because I just might need to have more time until gonna have to do much more relaxation to do this sensory time for this part of the video segment. But I know how it is. I should probably have to keep racing very hard and gonna have to keep moving on before the next day. Well, gonna have to get back in because silver position is gonna have to do one-way ticket to go by exactly to have more than 8 seconds on the gap. Alright folks, I'm back to do a commentary after having 2 laps by having a grueling tough battle for only one part of the main objective. So I just took a pause for only 7 minutes, 6.9 seconds that I'm still currently to be on. But however, because I'm just gonna have to step up and go harder for doing a difficult training by having a ghost lap driven by Leo Gallo with his Honda NSX 2002, as you may ever see from all kinds of different events on the world circuits. Well, of course, because the student will have to step up to beat the teacher is all about learn the basics to go advance from the basic. But that's not all, because I know it is going to be good. I know how hard it is, because going endurance by having a countdown is going to be a very tough risk for myself. Mostly, however, because it takes a whole lot of racing exercise for only 2 weeks until now, but it is going to get much more better it takes. But I know how hard it is, but it'll have to be much more strategic, think hard, and try to push the boundaries of every kinds of main objective to go for the gold medal is going to be becoming much more hard opportunity for every basic Gran Turismo players out there. So let's have a good look for having 12 sectors to be highlighted marked on the green. But it was alright, because I know this is going to be my first time ever to do this most hard part of the challenge by having a main mentor from the Ghost Lap driver just ever yet to be well achievable. But I know this is definitely might be going hard basic to be mastered on every 12 sectors around in the Nurburgring. So let's go and have a good look for the update. 6,930 plays by comparison to world record in 6.10%. Well, I just did my best, folks. I just did my best, and gonna have to step up to go master every part of consecutive corners around in the Nordschleife session in the Nurburgring. But after all, because all that hard work, just gonna have to step up and try to break the time limit for my record to go under 7 minutes. But special thank you to Leo Gallo on position 6 in the global ranking. I know this is going to be quite going much more training work for only countless hours, but taking brave after just gonna have to try to go again at any time. So let's go exit out. Looks like it'll have to be much more period ending. It will have to do one time only before the event has now ended in about. It'll about to have one time only for this part of the video segment until 12:59 a.m., which is going to be today on January 5th, 2023. So I hope it'll have to be It's only just a single time trial event for trying to step up and do your best to go for the gold record objective. But in the meantime, because ending up to have a bronze medal to receive 250,000 credits to have the 3rd time ever for my entire life. It is a very tough challenge for having one main objective by under 6 minutes is very much more hard effort for every Gran Turismo players out there in the whole world. But I just did my best. So actually, it is a very tough challenge when racing at the Nurburgring for the Honda NSX Type R 2002. Sure might need to do some more hard work of countless training for around 2 weeks later until now. But I hope it is, because I just did my best. Having bronze position for the 3rd time will receive 250,000 credits before moving on to take part for doing the next lap time challenge. I hope it is, because The ranking registration ends in about 12:59 a.m., which is today in January 5th, 2023. I hope it is, because I should probably have to try again and go harder later on in the later future. Next up for the lap time challenge, Group 4 category at Sardinia Real Track C. After having a real car challenge at the Nurburgring for the Honda NSX Type R 2002 is a very tough challenge between one mid-engine layout versus the track itself to go for the gold record ejector time. But in the meantime, because hard work efforts will have to do endurance to see how faster can it go to beat the main time by under 7 minutes. Mostly, hard expert is going to be quite very much more time to go for having 6 minutes by around 40 seconds for having a faster effort to face up with many corners and tight turns around in the Nurburgring. But of course it is, because Igor Fraga just actually took a successful world record to be on the #1 spot at the rank. He did a good job out there, folks. Igor Fraga just actually did a good job to be currently driving with the same Honda NSX Type R, just like Basilio Gallo. Well, looks like I just feel a little bit much more better from yesterday, but of course because I'm always been late at all time. Time for me to wrap this up before at the end of the video. So looks like it is going to be quite getting much more fine moment out there before moving on in round 2 in the first season of the 2022/23 exhibition series of the GT World Series Nations Cup. But I'll have to make sure to upload all kinds of content videos will be related to be part in the lap time challenge in sport mode for the online time trial event. Thank you for watching on my video in Gran Turismo 7, folks. I hope you enjoyed. Just go subscribe to my YouTube channel for a like, comment, and click the bell for notifications on upcoming content videos if you'd like to see. And don't forget to follow me on any social media platforms like DeviantArt Art, Instagram, GT Planet, Twitter, and more to see for my own image artwork like UDRS liveries, Total Drama fan art with card liveries, and more whenever you're welcome at any time. Hope we see you guys next time on Gran Turismo 7, and I look forward to see you again in the next video. Keep on racing, stay clean.